What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Thursday. We're going to get into the Bitcoin price today. We are going to also get into a little bit of Ripple news. And I wanted to give an update. I made a video yesterday basically stating that I was going to begin posting more about other digital assets that I have potentially found that may not be in the top 100 as far as market cap are concerned, that could go up in valuation. Obviously not financial advice, but I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. So first off, if you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate in those. I wanted to get into this. If you've never seen this, I'm sure all of you have seen this. This is psychology of a market cycle right here. If you were around for 2017, you very much so experienced this. I experienced this. I was probably not paying attention during the hope phase here. But more so, I got in 2017 was all optimism, belief, thrill, and then euphoria at the very end was just insane. You know, we saw Bitcoin get to close to 20K, and then we saw alts run. You know, and the complacency, we just need to cool off for the next rally. That's kind of what we all thought here. Anxiety, why am I getting margin calls? I don't trade, so I wasn't getting margin calls. I was just traded into, I traded some digital assets. I traded out of Bitcoin into some other things that I was going to potentially hold. I didn't know if I was going to hold them long term or what I was going to do because I was stupid at that point in time, and there were bad projects. But anyways, what I wanted to touch base on is where I think we're personally at in the market right now. And I do base everything off of Bitcoin because I believe that Bitcoin still judges where all of these alts are going to go. If you see Bitcoin crash, alts are going to crash. If you see Bitcoin rise and then start to consolidate, you know, alts are going to start to make some very big moves, in my opinion, based on what we've previously seen. So, you know, right now, I think that we are almost in the disbelief stage, but I more so believe that we're probably in the hope stage for Bitcoin. And when I say the hope stage, that doesn't mean that everything goes straight up right now. That means that there's still a couple of barriers left for Bitcoin to break all-time high, and I hold no Bitcoin. I'm not waiting for Bitcoin to break all-time high so I can cash out on Bitcoin. I am waiting for Bitcoin to consolidate when it hits, you know, if you look at the charts right now, I mean, and I don't chart by any means, but we can see from previous experience, nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down, right? If we look at the weekly chart, you can see the crazy run up that Bitcoin has had since, 12.2 all the way up to 16K, which it broke today, obviously. If you look at the daily chart, we see the same thing. It doesn't look quite as drastic. But we can see still 12.258 all the way up to 16.374. We've still got to get to that 17.2 level. We've still got to get to that 19. Hold on here. 19.5 level, because Bitcoin obviously never truthfully broke 12K as far as a candle closing either. We are going to, in my opinion, very much so see consolidation. And a little bit of a retracement from Bitcoin standpoint. I listen to Kevin Cage all the time. He thinks that Bitcoin's going to drop below 12K. I disagree with that. I don't think that Bitcoin's going to drop below 12K. I think that we're going to have a little bit of a retracement and some sort of a consolidation, maybe back around 12K. But I think that consolidation is going to be bought up fairly quickly within a matter of maybe 4 to 6 weeks. Maybe a little bit longer, and then we will see Bitcoin rise with that buy up past all-time high. I could be completely dead wrong. I am waiting for that consolidation, though, personally. I stated in a video yesterday that I am looking into multiple different projects to see where everything else may lead me to as far as investment opportunities. I already diversified. Right now, I probably have 20 tokens. XRP is number one for me. I have that bag packed. I am not going to be selling that bag anytime soon. That bag is like a 2025 or maybe even a later than 2025 bag for me, but I'm going to pay attention. I'm still going to present Ripple and XRP news, like I said before, but I'm going to begin trying to present projects that I think maybe not a lot of people are talking about, that I've found some information on that may make everybody some money. Again, not financial advice. I would very much so recommend you do your own research on those projects, regardless of what I say. I will probably post that information to Patreon first. And I'll probably post all of the information I find to Patreon, and then I'll maybe select a handful, maybe 5 or 10 out of a group of 20 or 30 on YouTube videos at different times. But again, nothing goes straight up or down. I am not, if we did see a parabolic movement of Bitcoin to 20K and past 20K right now, I would be extremely concerned without a little bit of consolidation before the previous all-time high, because I would be expecting a little bit of a crash. But I think that we're going to have a quick consolidation. I think that it's going to shock the market a little bit here. And, we may see a little bit of a turnaround in the market, but I think it's going to be quick. And I think that it's going to be a massive buying opportunity for certain things. Again, not financial advice whatsoever. We see today PayPal's crypto trading goes live in the United States. Customers will be able to trade $20,000 a week rather than the originally announced $10,000. I have not personally checked my PayPal app yet. I'm sure it's on there. I saw people posting about this, and it looks like everything's went live. I saw this yesterday as well. The fourth most valuable fintech company is Ripple. I know that Crypto Eddie put out a video today stating, I think that Ripple's stock, Ripple, the company's stock, was like right around $45, which is the highest that she's ever seen it. And that's fantastic. I'm glad that Ripple's doing very well. I believe in XRP, but I want to see XRP price move. Obviously, I want Ripple to do well as a company because we know what they're developing upon, but we also know that Ripple's movements don't right now affect XRP price, and they can't, because that would essentially deem XRP a security, right? There have been multiple Ripple announcements that have not moved XRP whatsoever. We know that Ripple sells to the market to fund operations. We know that Ripple buys back from the market to maintain a healthy ecosystem to an extent. We know that Ripple has facilitated bootstrapping with certain companies like MoneyGram as well, and trying to gain these liquidity corridors for the network. I think Ripple right now is very much so about expansion of network rails. And I saw a video today. I didn't want to steal, I think it was Crypto Chiz, but I know Lionel shared it with me, basically saying that, there was an interview with Brad from a roundtable stating that if Ripple doesn't have regulatory clarity within the next 6 months, they're gone. They're out of the US. Speaking about regulatory clarity here, this is from the Daily Hodl, so you have to take this with a gigantic grain of salt. But there is a strong case that Ethereum and XRP are securities. This is old from this dude that they're talking about. Now, this gentleman here, and this guy's name is Gary Gensler, is on Biden's financial policy transition team. But if you dig deeper into this, again, Daily Hodl presented news. They put me in an article saying that I'm sick of conspiracy theories, that prominent XRP investor may leave community. That's not news. That's just me stating my opinion. I'm sick of something. So, you have to take everything that these crypto news sites say with a grain of salt. I'm not saying they don't put out good news every once in a while. But you have to do your own due diligence and dive a little bit deeper and vet these news articles. President-elect Joe Biden has tapped the crypto-literate Gary Gensler, former chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, to lead one of his financial regulation transition teams. That's nonsense. They didn't tap him to lead this financial regulation transition team. If you click directly on this is an agency review team. This is the Biden-Harris transition. If I go to where they have Gary Gensler here, doesn't say that he's the lead whatsoever. This is the Federal Reserve Banking and Securities Regulators Group, includes the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the Federal Reserve, the National Credit Union Administration, and the Securities and Exchange Commission. Gary Gensler, team lead. Most recent employment, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, aka MIT. Source of funding, volunteer. Doesn't say he's a lead of anything, right? And there's multiple people on this this panel here. So I don't take a lot of stock in this. You have to always search through it because there is not a lot of research that goes into these crypto articles. It's for clickbait, most of them. This dude is not the lead. I didn't find anything stating that he was the lead. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But moving forward here, this is when he did touch base on Ethereum and Ripple. Now, we know at this point in time that Ethereum has not been deemed a security, and it's fair game, right? But he did say, this is back in 2018, I believe here. Hold on. Yeah, April 22nd, 2018. Mr. Gensler is set to say in a speech at MIT on Monday that the second and third most widely used virtual currencies, Ether and Ripple, have most likely been issued and traded in violation of American securities regulation. Now, he talks about Ethereum becoming more decentralized. We know that Ripple has become more decentralized as well, aka XRP, with the operators of the nodes removing themselves from the network, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, Ripple holds XRP. So what do you expect them to do with their XRP? I'm not going to take an article from the Daily Hodl and present it as fact to you, because it's not. Because if you dig into it, it's not the lead person for the Biden-Harris transition team whatsoever. It's just a dude that's on the panel. So let's move on from that, because it's absolute nonsense. Again, they may announce that XRP is a security. And if that's the case, that's why I diversified in the first place. That's why I'm continuing to look at different assets now. And I went through like 2,000 assets today. There was a guy on Twitter that was like, how did you go through 2,000 a day? Well, easy. That wasn't the first sweep that I'm going to go through with all of these digital assets. I came up with like 50 or 60 that I have to definitely do much more of a deep dive. But there's very easy metrics that you can use. If there's zero volume on something and it's dead, or it doesn't have, and not even like the question marks, and I didn't just use CoinMarketCap, I used Coin Paprika, I used a couple of different websites. If there's zero volume on something, I'm not going to look into it. If there's extremely, extremely small volume, at my first pass, I'm obviously not going to look into it. The ones that did make the cut, it was pretty quick to go through and actually click on these websites, see who these people were involved with, see what the use case potentially was, see, you know, even as something like for a short-term investment, see what the overall circulating supply was versus the max supply, like very easy metrics that you can filter through very quickly. Also, there's projects within the top 2,000 that I've seen multiple times. Some of those are in there, though, that like have just dropped completely down off the radar. But I still think that those projects are very much so alive, and I don't even hold them. I'll give you an example maybe in a video in the future. It's on one exchange, very much so deals with logistics, and I think that once they're ready to be on additional exchanges, I think they're going to take off, because I've seen them in multiple blockchain initiatives as far as logistics are concerned. Now, I saw this today real quick. I know some of you may be into Fetch AI. I actually don't hold Fetch AI. And Datarella launch blockchain-based smart city parking space management trial in Germany. So presenting that because I know that people talk about Fetch AI sometimes. But I think I have some very, very interesting assets to present. Like I said, again, I'm going to present all the news to Patreon. I am actually probably going to cut off the tiers on Patreon right now over this weekend, just because these deep dives of these other digital assets are going to definitely take time. With XRP for the past 2 years, I've been deep diving XRP, but it's gotten to the point now, and I even, again, talking about watching Kevin Cage's video today, saying that I'm tired of just presenting news to people. I'm in the same boat. I am going to continue presenting news about XRP and Ripple because I believe in XRP. I believe in what Ripple's trying to accomplish from a green initiative, from a level playing field across the board, from banking the unbanked, all of this. All these different initiatives, and I believe that XRP utility wins in the end. But for me, I've diversified, but I want to look for other opportunities, because this market, in my opinion, is about to explode. I think that we maybe have one last correction with Bitcoin, and I could be completely wrong. It could drop below 10K again, but I don't see that happening. And when that explosion does occur, I want to be prepared, and I want to be in some other digital assets that maybe I didn't look into in the past because I was too focused. And I always talk about stepping back a little bit, and I am guilty of not stepping back sometimes too. So I am going to stop and take a look around and see what is actually happening from the wider ecosystem standpoint. And hopefully I can present some news that is of value to you guys. Obviously not financial advice. It is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there is news tomorrow, I will present it. And again, I am working on something a little bit bigger here. So whenever I have something to present to you on that, I will do that as well. Hope you guys have a great evening, great weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. Later.